Welcome to Stoic Thrive, where we turn ancient Stoic wisdom into powerful tools for modern life. Toxic people can be found everywhere, whether it's a colleague, family member, or someone in your social circle, but the way you respond to them can either drain your energy or protect your peace. If you're ready to learn how to rise above negativity and keep your calm, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss out on more Stoic strategies to empower your life. In today's video, we'll explore 5 Stoic strategies that will help you navigate toxic people with grace, clarity, and strength. 1. Focus on what you can control. One of the central tenets of Stoic philosophy is recognizing what is in your control and what isn't. Epictetus taught us that some things are up to us and some are not. This is vital when dealing with toxic people. You cannot control their behavior or actions, but you can control how you respond to them. When someone behaves poorly or negatively, the key is to avoid reacting emotionally or impulsively. Take a step back and remind yourself that your response is within your control. You have the ability to choose how to interact with the situation. In this way, focusing on your own response helps preserve your peace and prevents you from getting sucked into the toxic behavior. It's about finding your center, no matter the external chaos. Focusing on what you can control also means setting clear intentions for your peace. Instead of getting frustrated over the negativity, you can consciously choose to let it go. This practice of taking back control over your emotions, rather than allowing external circumstances to dictate them, is an empowering tool in the Stoic arsenal. 2. Set boundaries without guilt. Setting boundaries is a critical element in maintaining your well-being, especially when you're dealing with people who drain your energy. Stoic philosophy encourages you to know yourself and understand where your limits are. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic emperors, reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This means that you have the right to protect your peace, and setting boundaries is a healthy and necessary part of that. Toxic people often push boundaries or make you feel guilty for protecting your space. But here's the truth. You don't owe anyone an explanation for choosing peace over drama. Whether it's saying no to requests that drain your energy or limiting your exposure to a toxic individual, your boundaries should be respected. They are not signs of weakness, they are signs of self-respect. It's important to remember that setting boundaries is not about being cruel or dismissive. It's about being clear about what you need in order to stay balanced. Stoics practice apatheia, or freedom from irrational emotions, and part of that practice is realizing that you don't need to engage with toxicity just to please others. By setting clear boundaries, you're actually taking charge of your inner peace and well-being. 3. Practice detachment and emotional resilience. In Stoicism, one of the most valuable practices is detachment, being able to remain unmoved by external circumstances. This is different from indifference. It's about emotional resilience. By practicing detachment, you can create space between the stimulus, the toxic person, and your response. When a toxic person is trying to provoke you, remind yourself that their actions or words are a reflection of them, not you. You don't need to take things personally. This is where the Stoic practice of detachment comes in handy. Instead of reacting emotionally to their negativity, choose to detach from it. You can acknowledge that they may be behaving poorly but refuse to let their actions affect your emotional state. Seneca often wrote about the importance of mastering our emotions. He believed that our emotional reactions are often driven by unchecked impulses, and that we have the power to control them. So, when faced with toxicity, You can choose to respond with calmness and clarity, rather than falling into the trap of anger, frustration, or resentment. This emotional resilience is built over time by consciously practicing detachment. The more you engage in this practice, the less power toxic people have over your emotional state, and the more you cultivate inner peace. 4. Respond with virtue, not with anger. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "How much better to heal than to seek revenge from injury." When someone behaves toxically toward you, the instinct may be to respond in kind, whether through anger, retaliation, or other negative emotions. But Stoicism teaches us to respond with virtue instead of reacting with anger. Responding with virtue means maintaining your integrity, no matter how someone else behaves. Instead of escalating the conflict, choose to remain calm, respectful, and composed. This not only protects your character but also diffuses the situation. When you respond to toxicity with patience, reason, and understanding, you demonstrate that their negativity has no power over you. It may take practice to respond with virtue in the heat of the moment, but the Stoics believed that the highest form of wisdom is being able to maintain your composure and react with rationality instead of emotion. This approach is a reminder that your actions and reactions are what define you, not the toxic people around you. 5. Remember the bigger picture. When dealing with toxic people, it's easy to get lost in the moment, letting their negativity cloud your perspective. But Stoics teach us to zoom out and see life from a broader perspective. The big picture is crucial because it reminds you that a toxic encounter, no matter how frustrating, is just a small blip in the larger context of your life. Take a moment to reflect on how important the issue truly is. Will this person's behavior matter a year from now? Will it hinder your long-term goals, happiness, or inner peace? The answer is often no. By keeping this perspective in mind, you can distance yourself from the emotions that come with dealing with toxic individuals. Stoicism encourages us to focus on our personal growth, our values, and the pursuit of virtue. Toxic people are just one part of life, and their behavior doesn't have to dictate your journey. By remembering the bigger picture, you empower yourself to rise above petty negativity and keep your focus on what truly matters. Thanks for tuning in to Stoic Thrive. If you found these Stoic strategies helpful, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who could benefit from these tools. Remember, dealing with toxic people is never easy, but with Stoic wisdom, you can rise above it with grace and resilience. Stay calm, stay grounded, and keep thriving with Stoicism.